And we're live. Hello, everybody. Thank you again
Hello.
for joining Avana and I. Can't believe it's been, another two. I mean, one after the other, after the other. It's just the years flying by.
Yeah, absolutely. These 2 weeks actually go really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I think they're going to go slow, but it's the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, we got another show coming up. I like it.
Yes, I look forward to these.
Yes,
Even though,
me
because
too.
sometimes I start looking at some of the basics and then they start to go down the rabbit hole and then they start talking about this. And I'm like, okay, no. Heather can process only this much. I mean, astrology is like this.
Oh,
Astrology is basically Jupiter. It's the huge planet, the biggest planet in the universe, and next to Earth, we're like this big. So this is Heather's ability to understand astrology on like this compared to, But Jupiter's my planet too, so it's kind of funny because I'm a Sag.
you
Baby.
are not.
I am too.
I am jealous because I think Sagittarius, I'm a Virgo, but I think Sagittarius is what, like, not the best sign. I don't want to say that because I'm a Virgo and they're all good, but Sagittarius, yeah, it's just like this big, beautiful, abundant, lucky energy,
Well, my great grandmother was December 4th. My sister's is the 5th. I came 15 years later on the 6th. And my great grandmother on my dad's side, her and I share the same birthday on the 6th.
Oh
and
God.
my grandniece Tiana, she's on the 10th, and her first child came on the 11th.
Well, my dad.
So we're all Saggies.
Yeah, my dad is December 4th. My brother's December 10th. So it's just like, yeah, I was, have a lot of Sagittarians in the house, and just big fun energy, really. I mean, just my dad was always so much fun to hang out with, and he was like a responsible kid, like a big kid, but he didn't do like things to get you in trouble or anything, but you just had fun when he was around. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. My daddy was a Scorpio. My mom was a Leo. And my brother was a Capricorn, but a majority of the immediate family, I just loved how, and my great grandma was just like on my mom's side, oh, you're going to have one of your kids on my birthday. And, close enough. And I share my birthday with Saint Nick too.
Pardon me?
And I share my birthday with Saint Nick, Santa Claus.
Oh, I did not know
people
that.
do not know that December 6th is Saint Nick's birthday. Yeah.
Awesome. I like that.
Oh, well, first of all, let's get to people. I saw someone pop in that's had an interesting comment, but just as always, Teresa Levine, always right there. Hello, sweetheart.
Hello, Teresa.
Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
We have Avana. Hi, Avana.
Hi.
We have Dina, Shaw Woman. Hello. And another Lisa. There's Flowing. Hello, Flowing.
Hi, Flowing.
Welcome. And then we have this troublemaker right here.
Oh, yeah, right away, right? Right away.
It's going to be like, oh, I don't know if my Scorpio can handle it. Well, my daddy was a Scorpio, and I love my papa. He's on the other side. So I have a fond place in my heart for Scorpios.
Absolutely.
Gerald, so.
Yes.
And really quick, I will be, I guess, with Gerald, Tarot Stash on Richie's channel, Lawman Tarot. This Friday, we'll be discussing court cards.
Oh, awesome.
And what do you have coming up?
I think it's Friday, December 2nd or 3rd. I can't remember. I am scheduled to be I'm scheduled to be with Allie on her show. I have not been on her show for probably a year, so it'll be nice to get back. And yeah, of course, where's my fan? I bought a fan on Amazon and it showed up.
He did a thwarp on me, so I just did a thwarp on him. It's always a good time in my chat.
Absolutely.
We like to keep the energy up.
Absolutely.
No, you don't need to block him, Teresa. He's got his hall pass. He's good.
For a minute.
For a hot minute, right?
Yeah.
Or like, oh my God. Remember when Lisa from Spirit Intuitive, she would come in and she would start typing in chat, throwing a paper wad at so-and-so in the back of the head. And one day I'm looking at my chat going, what are you doing? Yeah.
I love that.
love
I love that kind of stuff.
Yes. So for
Oh
your
yeah,
tiny hands.
yeah.
I'm not going there.
I'm serious, but I do want to know where he got that big fan that he got, because I want one like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
So yes, Gerald. I know a couple of other people have ordered it, so I think it was Amazon.
Okay,
if I'm right.
that's it.
But Gerald will let us know where he got it. He'll put it in there for you. So I got it. Hello to everybody. Yes, I did. And do we want to do collective?
Sure.
And then we can go into what we both came up with for information. And actually, the new moon went into effect at 5:56 a.m. this morning. It was like, almost 5:55. Still close enough. So yeah. I thought that was interesting.
For our work, it's close enough.
Oh, am I really getting attitude? I don't know who I could be hanging around that would be giving me it. I don't know.
No.
Gerald. Excuse me.
I don't know, Gerald. Who could be Gerald giving attitude, Gerald?
Oh, God. All righty. So let me do this because I have everything all laid out.
Yes, go ahead.
Pleasant little order here. Because I went ahead and did this beforehand so that I wouldn't take up, too much time and give you a chance to share, what you're, let you do your, your cards and everything.
Well, that's kind of what happened is I pulled cards actually this morning. I was kind of meditating on our show for tonight, and I pulled, and it was such a beautiful set of cards. I said, oh, thank you. He put the link. Thank you so much for the link to the fan. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, Gerald.
Yeah, that was very nice of you. Thank you. So, anyway, I pulled some cards this morning, which I actually took a picture of so I could remember what they were because they were just so beautiful. But go ahead, Heather. You go ahead first.
Oh, no, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I did pull some cards for the collective. And again, the first card I got was the Wheel of Fortune. And here we are. We're on this karmic wheel. I really feel with this new moon in Sagittarius that things are just really very positive, moving forward. You're just on this karmic wheel, but we're starting to turn a corner. I have no limits when it comes to purchasing on the internet.
Well, I do. I hit my limit. Put that card away. Sorry.
So, as we move forward with this is our karmic wheel of fortune moving forward, I am actually feeling that this is a nice light energy coming up, and it's helping us to find our balance, using this, of course, she has 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in the water, finding her balance. Here's our enlightenment back here, but also with this alchemy of this water moving back and forth, kind of, turning lemons into lemonade, right? You take lead, you turn it into gold. This alchemy kind of thing. Like, how can I make the best of things? So I feel like and I know there are negative things going on in the world and that, but we're going through this Wheel of Fortune, good things, the election's over, things have settled down, I think, a bit with that. Just a nice Wheel of Fortune coming, a nice wheel of energy coming up, helping us to find our balance, to see things from a new perspective, and also maybe ushering in this 2 of Cups, people just seeing eye to eye a bit more, talking, even if it's just, and I know with the holiday coming up in the United States, it's Thanksgiving, yes. Right? But maybe trying to take the higher road and just trying to see eye to eye on things. I have to tell you, with my life, I'm going to be meeting a new person here. My brother is actually bringing home a new, his girlfriend that he's been with for a while. And, I'm very excited to meet her, but I'm also planning some nice neutral questions, like, how was the ride? Did you get good directions? And
she's going to get bombarded with those other questions. You want to be the one that's, the breath of fresh air.
So, I'm assuming she's a very nice lady, but I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. But, just try to keep things on a nice, even keel as we share, drinks and food together. But also, look at this Sun card coming up, too, with this as we move forward. Here's this innocence, this little baby on the horse, this purity, this honesty, this innocence, moving forward, positive, seeing everything clearly in the light. And then the last card that I got was this 4 of Wands, which is, of course, a celebration. Yeah, a wedding, a graduation, something, a big celebration, but also the Four of Wands, these representing like a strong foundation. When you graduate from college, you have this strong foundation. You have a degree, you have it. You get married, you're it's a strong foundation. You have it. Just like the four wands, the four legs of a table, a strong foundation, moving forward in a beautiful celebration. And I'm just really looking forward. I'm really getting a very optimistic vibe with this new moon in Sagittarius moving forward, and it's much better than a few months ago. The vibe I got with whatever the new and full moons were in September and October, they really affected me in just a very trying way. So now I'm feeling like I'm coming full circle, and I'm going to make the best of it. A lighter energy,
And we just over the last, I think, couple of lives that we did with the moons. Jupiter was not only Jupiter, but several other planets were in retrograde too at the same time. So you had a lot of strong, powerful energy just kind of, and then you had the lunar eclipse. And we had our solar eclipse.
Yes.
And
you're right.
Talk about pop and crack, snap, crack, and I'm trying to do the Krispies, but snap, crackle, and pop. I mean, energies are on high, like you said, elections. And then what happened last weekend in Colorado and everything, and now Jupiter is coming out of retrograde from what I understand. And it's interesting that you got those two cards because Mercury and Venus is, I guess, trying with it. This is as far as I'm going with everything with the astrology. But with the positivity, with the Mercury and Venus, it represents friendship and diplomacy, which is what we really need because with the Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter, especially with it having been in retrograde, last weekend, it represented violence and misfortune. So the positive aspect now, we're moving, like you said, you feel that energy. You're moving into it, and you do have the friendship, the diplomacy. New moon restores our optimism. I saw written down, and it is ending in its retrograde. It's flowing through Pisces. Okay, so it's flowing through Pisces right now until the 20th of December. And so it's going to, and which is perfect for my cards because the first one that I pulled was the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is, it's my candle. I couldn't figure out what is that red light. Yes, I know, ladies, he's very hot.
Is that what's that? That's that Tarot of the Night or whatever. I just got that deck delivered yesterday. Yes, I love it. I just got it.
But just beware that there are going to be cards that you're going to look at it and they'll say Ace of Pentacles and you're looking at going, that's nothing.
Yes.
But so for me, a lot of these I read like oracle, like I read, from the image.
Your intuition
and it's beautiful because it's beautiful golden light through his veins in his arm. And yes, lady, look at those eyes.
Yeah.
That's kind of a dreamy card. Hubba hubba.
Yeah.
Not so bad. And I've been trying not to go in the
That's
book.
how we read our cards here. Hubba hubba.
Hubba hubba. And so I typically, because they do view some of these differently than I do, because these are very like Gothic based, on like a darker fairy tale, but they see it in a very beautiful way. So for me, I just felt like it was befitting for tonight. And what I came across inside the book was just absolutely gorgeous. I was supposed to, read this and open this up. And it says for the King of Cups, he says, I had to find balance between my intellect and my feelings. The point was not to repress emotions. It was to master them with kindness and compassion. I'm going, oh my God. So that's kind of what we're moving into, that energy. And it says, whenever strong feelings come to me, I explore them, but I never let them run over me. This emotional stability makes my strength to become master of your own emotions.
Yeah.
And so I just thought that, that was perfect.
Yeah.
And just really beautiful representation. And is that deck you were talking about, Heather? Yes, Daryl. It's the Tarot de la Wheat. They actually have an oracle deck that looks very similar. That's out now. At some point, I might get it, but right now I'm using their tarot basically as an oracle because of what I'm seeing in the image doesn't quite mesh with me with the traditional. But
Yeah, I agree. I have
if
to
some
pull out my like my Rider Waite and say, okay, what does this mean again? Because I have to see the picture. I mean, if I don't see the some of the pictures don't match up like how you might think they would, right?
and some of you might want to check and go back and watch on replay. But Kelly Doesn't Cats actually had Richie and Gerald on this afternoon for her segment called Interrogation, where they discussed, and Kelly brought up the question, do you read the book? Do you go by symbolism? And it was really interesting, writing key, very fascinating. I didn't get to watch it all, but I highly recommend going back and watching the replay if you can catch some of that. That was
Yeah,
really good.
I started to watch it and then I got busy, but I want to go back and watch it too.
Oh, and so Heather has it too. Heather popped in, Miss Silver Star Priestess. Hello. And Tara, I'll be running all over that deck. So the second card, so the reason why I actually I forgot what he represented an answer to a question. So Aerostyle website suggested some prompts for writing in a journal for the new moon, and they suggested three, and one of them was, what are we meant to learn from? So in context, this is from last new moon in Sagittarius to this new moon. And the question was, what are we meant to learn from this past year? And of course, I thought that was perfect. Learning how to balance our maturity, our intellect, with our emotions. Learning how to have that strength, allow yourself to have those emotions. They're not weakness, and learning to let, like what the book said, not allowing your emotions to take control over you. And I thought that was beautiful. That I think a lot of us had to go through that because of this year coming up to the elections. Energies are running high. People are, that's why I just could not watch the news. I don't watch the news whatsoever, because I was dealing with those individuals as neighbors. And that, so it was a year of really trying to balance people coming in and out of my life, a lot of betrayals, a lot of letdowns, everything going on, in the political climate, what was happening globally and everything, and just trying to carve that little, that little sanctuary, that little bit of solitude, for myself. So I think a lot of us, looking back for this year, we really had to utilize mindfulness, emotional regulation, learning how to create boundaries with ourselves and with others to be able to sustain and keep that place of emotional security, compassion, and maturity. And so the second question in that part was, in what ways did we grow? And I pulled from my star rune tarot from Louise. I'm hoping to have her on, Kristen Louise, excuse me. So I pulled the breath of life. And
Wow.
in what ways did we grow? We learned how to take that anger, that energy, all those emotions that no longer served us, and we just let it go. And it's kind of hard to see, but Kristen put the Vesuvius man in the breath.
Yeah.
So it's
You can
basically,
see like a body in there. Yeah.
it's Da Vinci's Vesuvius man, and trying to
Wow.
get that in there so kind of see it. So
Wow.
you're taking all of that hot air, that anger, your emotions, and instead of letting that devour you, you learn to breathe it into new life. You let it go. You send it out into the universe. Breath of life, letting go. And it's funny how, because the next card I got,
Wait,
and it said,
Heather,
"Are these?"
can I say one thing? And I don't mean to cut you off.
No, sure.
It's like the breath of creation.
Yes.
Like you are creating like new life and through creation. Oh my gosh, that's like amazing. That, yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Wow.
Yep. taking everything that was in and trying to create something positive out of it,
Yeah.
manifesting, because a lot of that anger, that hot air, I saw the pink and everything, and that fiery, and then him being cool. It was like, deep breaths, letting it go, putting that energy into something creative. So there you go, putting that and creating something out of that energy, letting that go. And the last of the three questions was, are there lessons still to apply to what we, and it just fell right into place. Still remembering it's safe to let go. And that's exactly what he did in that deck. And you are surrounded by love, so that no matter what it is that's going on in the world right now, looking back as a collective this year, becoming emotionally mature, compassionate, balancing our emotions, letting go of what no longer served us, and putting and creating something positive out of it, and still reminding us that it is safe. Because I know a lot of us right now, because of everything that's happened, especially recently, a lot of us may not feel safe. And so to remember that, we are still guided by spirit. Spirit is with us, and we cannot let that fear take us. And this is the perfect time to take that, and to release it to the universe, because of it being the new moon. And one of the other, there's something here. Oh, Stacy DeMarco, Queen of the Moon oracle that I have. I pulled out the new moon card, and it's called the Void. I love pulling out her cards. And for her affirmation for the new moon, it's beautiful. I freely release what no longer serves me. Just letting, like here and the other two cards, letting go, no longer what is serving. And so it's not, I like what you're, it is a place of unknowable secrets, a state of everything and nothing.
Yes.
She says, to me personally, there is a relieving, restful quality about the dark moon. So the time to go within, let go what no longer serves us, to give our fear, our emotions, anything to the darkness, and to take that and to start creating something from it. Because now, like you said in the beginning, it's time to manifest. You got the
Yes.
sun. The sun's gonna, start growing. We're going to
Yes.
start, moving forward. And there's another website I just want to mention really quick. And I think I saw, hi, Septina. Hello, hello. Oh, Shank, man. That's my Shan. He's in the other room, Septina, but because Shan's middle name is Kevin, and his last name is Mannion. So when he writes certain things down for his emails, it's Shankman. So, but I'll let him know you said hello. And hi, Sherry. Oh my goodness, girl, you're busy
Hi,
getting ready
Sherry.
for Thanksgiving. Thank you for popping in for a few. But there's a wonderful astrologer that I came across on Yahoo. Her name is Monisha Holmes, and it's for her tarot for newbies, astrology for newbies.
Me.
And I learned something about the new moon. It's when the moon and the sun meet at the same degree, called a conjunction. And of course, too, in the beginning, you had the two. Oh, excuse me, I swelled the wrong way. Excuse me. Ooh, Sherry, I got all excited when you jumped into the chat. Ooh. Breathe, Heather. So, yep, setting intentions, manifesting rejuvenation, inspiring us to bring forth the best version of ourselves.
Yes.
Do not second guess or be hesitant to trust yourself.
I like it.
So it's like, I'm going to start following her.
I like that.
And did you want to go ahead and add anything? Seeing that
Yes,
I've been
because I did pull one card from the Moonology. Well, I didn't pull it specifically, but I looked for which card it says New Moon in Sagittarius. And in the Moonology deck, it is luck is on your side. So there you go.
That.
Luck is on your side. So it says Sagittarius is the sun of fun, travel, exploration, and the great cosmic quest. which we are all on. Why are we here?
Say that fast a couple times.
Yeah, right. I barely could say it once. It says it's the sign of big ideas. Its energy is expansive, upbeat, lucky, and divine. The new moon in Sagittarius exudes all this, as does this card whenever you draw it. Nothing is set in stone with Sagittarius, and an optimistic energy could attract all manner of good things if you tap into the energy by simply expecting the best. I like that. Expect the best and you'll attract it and move forward. And I love the expansive energy of Sagittarius, as I said about 12 times already, and the optimism of it.
Yes, Sagittarius are known to be philosophers, and I find that I connect with that. They love to travel. I wish I had more money to be able to do it, travel the world, but get me on the open road and I'm in my
there's
bliss.
so much to see. Yeah.
And they also known for being sometimes a little too bluntful. So I try to rein that in and try not to.
You're right. Now that you remind me.
We can be a little bit blunt.
But you know what though? When my dad just said it how it was, he just said it how it was. It was just truth. You know what I mean? When he would say things to us kids growing up, it maybe wasn't phrased in the nicest way, but he was right.
Yeah.
And funny. However, he was
especially if he said it with funny. A straight face and then
right.
being funny, and then you're kind of like, is he do I laugh? Do I
Yeah, we just laughed with them.
That's awesome.
So there you go.
All right. And it's also a time for, I think we already covered it, but I really like personal, material, and spiritual growth also at this time because of the manifesting.
Yes.
And right now with everything that, debt-wise and stuff and whatnot and some money things, I really need to start being open and manifesting that and allowing that abundance to come in and for all that type of growth.
Yeah, and express
recent readings to get out of my way, so I'm trying to get out of my way.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Let's see, Joan B. I was cleaning and I missed it. Who's blunt? Boston?
No, well, my dad, I was referring
I don't get that.
I don't get it either. But being Sagittarius, my dad, he could be quite blunt, but he was always honest. It was the truth what he said.
Yep. Yeah, we got to remember too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I wrote down that I wanted to share. There's something. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Dolly. She's Wolf Girl Oracle, and every time she goes to do her readings in the morning, she says, may my angels surround us and protect us. And there's something that she always adds, and that just made me think of it, talking about your dad, grandpas, grandmas, and a point that she had made when she was responding to my commentary video about our ancestors. Our ancestors had it so tough, and she includes them in her prayer before she pulls cards, and she's basically saying, may our ancestors share with us their wisdom.
Yes. And
to me, that is just so profound. So I want to make sure that prior not going into, shuffling and doing the question, that ancestors are respected, their wisdom welcomed and appreciated and honored.
Yes.
So
I second that. And everybody's talking, not everybody, but a few people here are talking about all the good things they're cooking. And I'll be over. I'll be over in about an hour.
Still digging out of the snow in Boston. I mean, not Boston, Buffalo. See, Joan? No, who said whoever? Now I got Boston. I have a friend who lives in Boston, but no, my sister was in South Buffalo. They didn't get the 8 feet like Orchard Park did, but they still have a lot of snow and ice on their side streets. And I'm like, is it safe for me to, to drive? Am I going to be okay? So I didn't really want to let her down. So we're going to be driving into Buffalo tomorrow, and hopefully because of the warmer temperatures, more of it will be melted and
Plus,
So
they've
safe
had a couple
travels,
days now to,
everybody.
yeah, safe travels.
Safe travels.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wherever you're going. Yep.
Granny was a total pioneer woman. Yep. So was Shan's grandma. She actually made it to the cover of Life magazine way back in the day because she got married on horseback to one of her husbands. She drove, where when there were no like main roads, highways and stuff were non-existent back then, and she would drive by herself. She was very independent woman.
Yeah.
You know, she was on the road, she traveled, and yeah, some of the incredible stories that I got to learn about her, just amazing. And I
Yep.
saw apple pie, and I'm like, oh, apple pie. And Septina says beef broccoli casserole. Ooh,
Sounds good.
sounds yummy.
Yeah. Casserole sounds good tonight.
Okay, so the question tonight, I'm trying not to stick my finger. Yep, here we go. I try so hard not to. So tonight's poll question, if anybody would like a card pulled, this is the question that we're going to be responding to. What secret fears prevent me from living my most authentic life? So if anybody would like a card, please let Avana and I know, and we'll shuffle for this question. And while we're waiting, Heather, were you trapped at home with the snow? No, I'm actually up in Niagara Falls, the north of us. We got about 5 to 6 inches. It was like Buffalo and south, and out to out east that really got hit. Orchard Park, where Buffalo Bills play when they have their home games, is was the one that got 8 feet of snow. So there was no game that day. Okay, so let's see. I got Dina, I got Gerald, I got Hilda, and what? Now you're going to come up here? Okay. Hold on a second, everybody.
Yeah.
I got his little bed ready over here for him. I'm surprised it took that long. He wants to say
Me too.
hello.
Oh.
Hello, baby. Say hello. Happy
Look at
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Those
Happy
mesmerizing
meowy
eyes.
Thanksgiving. So
Happy Thanksgiving.
get over there. Go on. No, you gotta stay right there. Okay. So, oh, you were worried. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. But no, we're good.
Yeah, I
So
thought you were getting a couple feet too. So I'm glad to hear you only got 5-6 inches. That's bad enough, but.
Oh yeah, that was. Whoops! What did I do here? There we go. Sorry about the fingers in the. It's just the way it is, people. Some things
going
never
with it.
change. It's just the way it is. Oh, but don't you believe? Sorry, I always break in the song.
That's good because you know so many songs. That's what's so cool.
Yeah. So Dina would like a card for that. And let's see which deck do I want. And if you're ready, let me know, and I'll remember to put you on the big screen this time.
Oh, okay, great.
Here, I'm going to go to these cards. Sometimes I keep forgetting I can do that. Oh, good night, Heather. Thank you for stopping by. It doesn't look like it. You have tiny hands. No, I don't think I ever said I had tiny hands. Well, too small to, really learn how to play guitar and all, but that's okay. I was a drummer instead for a while. Whoa. Well, I guess that card came flying out. So, what secret fears prevent me from living my most authentic life? Dina, I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah,
Seeing that just flew right out. The abundance card. I concur with me. I understand on this one. For me, I feel like a lot of times I can't live my most authentic life because of my sense of lack, or what I feel like is lacking in my life at the moment. And so I think this card is, really good. I think for the both of us to remember that abundance comes in many different forms, and that we have to realize that our health, having food on the table, having our animals, our fur babies with us, and trying not to put limitations on what we don't have that makes us feel like we're not living our authentic life, or being our authentic self. I don't want this to make this about me, but the one example I can give is like me with my artwork. I have 30 some years of artwork. I'm constantly creating. Do I sell? I really don't sell much. Am I, there are times when I feel like, well, am I not a real artist because I don't sell? No. Am I still living my authentic life? Yes, because I am an artist, I am creating, and I have sold. So these limitations that we place on us, even though for me in the past, being authentic life would be galleries and shows and selling and everything, I have to realize that sometimes, even though that is not, you know, um, my reality at the moment, I am still living my authentic life. So, like I said, I didn't mean to try to make that about me, but just giving an example of, you know, where we're at in life. It may not necessarily be where we feel like we're living our authentic life, but if we take a step back and look closer, I bet you I mean, I know we both are. And sometimes we might just have to do a few extra steps into letting go of those fears to be able to move into that. So I hope that helped, Dina. And let me give you over to Avana.
Okay, the first card, I did pull a couple of cards. The first card I got was from the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle, and it says discernment. Number 20, which is a 20, which is a 2. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. I'm wondering if, I'm kind of not wondering, I'm getting the feeling that being able to view people again from a place of detachment, but yet from wisdom and from compassion, and just being, gosh, how do I want to say this? Just being aware of using your discernment. Not that you don't, but having that as a secret, maybe as a secret fear or an inner fear, not being able to maybe detach yourself as much as you can because you want to help people so much. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to have that barrier. You can watch them or you can see them with compassion, send them compassion and wisdom, but you do have to have a level of detachment. So just being aware of that, to use that your gift and your strength of discernment. Also, almost having a secret fear of being a leader and being really oh my goodness, I can see stuff in my head, but I can't seem to say it tonight. Being that leader, being the person that the community is coming in and having a parade for, having those secret fears of, again, the discernment and being a leader, and feeling if that leadership, if that stuff comes forward for you, almost feeling like you might have a tower moment where your foundation might fall apart, which there's nothing further from the truth, because you are built on a very strong foundation and you have such a high level of discernment and such a high level of skill that you are a leader, and there's nothing to really fear from that. But the last card that I pulled is the Moonology card, which says the answers you need are coming. So that would be the full moon and Gemini card, but the answers you need are coming. So just continuing to work down your path, you know, and just continue, like all of us, to grow and to see, just move forward. We are all here to create, and we are all on the cutting edge of creation. So you might as well, and I'm also learning it too. I might as well create and have fun while I'm doing it. That's the whole reason I'm here. So I hope that helped you. I know it was a little like trying to get that message out, but
no, it was perfect, because one of the things with Sagittarius and going into the sign, they say that it's one of the aspects is leadership.
yes,
the Sagittarius has, and you brought up the leadership, and that was perfect. It's questioning old behaviors, habits, and outdated beliefs, and sometimes moving into a role of leadership to show others that, look what I'm able to. And
it just hit me too, as you move into leadership, that's really where your skills of discernment come in, because you cannot help everyone. You know what I mean? But you can help everyone by showing showing what you're creating and teaching and healing people as you move forward. You know what I'm saying? But there's not everybody that you're going to be able to help. You're going to have some level of detachment as you move forward in a leadership role. But still, you will still help people, but in a different way. So
Awesome.
I hope that helped.
Ooh, that was wonderful. Okay, make sure. I didn't know if you saw this was cute. Love, light, and pie to you.
That's all we need. Love, light, and pie.
Love, light, and pie. Especially as Sagittarians, where our hips and our thighs are what, is our ruling part of the body. That I can definitely relate to and say, yes, I am a Sagittarius.
Yes.
Okay. So the next one that we're going to be reading for is Mr. Gerald. So what secret fears prevent me from living my most authentic life? Ooh, let's see. I'm trying to, okay. 2 cards in for this one. Sometimes it's hard to choose. It's like trying to pick your favorite,
I hear ya.
They're all saying, pick me, pick me. Okay, for Gerald. What secret fears are preventing him from living his most authentic life? He says, I'm listening. Yep, no pressure there.
That's okay.
Let me just take this down.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Here we go. Okay, well, the first card that I got for you is prosperity, which is 36, which is the number 9, which to me represents like coming full circle, closing out one, stage of your life, moving on to another. But what it says for prosperity is the frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. Oh, that's beautiful. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. As I was reading this, I was thinking that when I first got this card for you, I thought prosperity in terms, of course, of money, okay? But I'm wondering if there's just a little bit of fear of moving forward again in this incredible prosperity that the universe provides for us. Oh, a life number 9. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Really, yes, absolutely. And just having everything, the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. Even for me, it's kind of like a fear to really, can I really embrace all the joy and all the love and all the prosperity that we have here and really move forward with it? And I think that I know you have all this. We all have all these beautiful attributes, and just moving forward and taking that prosperity that we have on so many levels and moving forward and really making your life and your whole body, your soul, your spirit, just making it sing. And also I got nothing yet is set in stone, or nothing is yet set in stone, a mutable moon card. I think maybe you're moving forward, you're creating, and there's just like a secret fear, like there's just a lot to create here, and nothing yet is set in stone. You just have so many different directions and so many different things you can do. You're just so incredibly talented. You have so many resources available, and just, Gerald, absolutely, he has it all. And so, but now where do I focus on? Having kind of a fear of that, like, what if I focus on the wrong thing? Or what if I, like I have to backtrack a little bit and things like that. So that all being said, I think the secret fear is just, the level of prosperity that you have and that you also can achieve, which I think is exponentially stronger and bigger than even where you are right now. And, I think it kind of like is a little intimidating. And then the last card that I got for you is be bold and make the first move. So be bold, through with your fan, whatever, and be bold and make the first move and just move forward, because it's just a beautiful path forward. And you certainly have all the gifts that will allow you to move forward on your journey. So that's beautiful. What I got.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Oh, I'll have to do it. He wasn't here, so I'll have to do it for him. So. And I just broke this one.
Hey,
I sure
that was
did.
one heck of a throop.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh that you broke your fan. I'm
I
sorry
broke
about that.
my fan.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. It was just the way you looked.
It was
I'm
$1. I could go back and get another one.
Okay, I'm trying to laugh. I'm like, whoops. It might be some family heirloom or something. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Maybe I am not meant to throop.
Not everyone has the skills of Gerald. They're just,
Yep. Oh, another one bites the dust. Time to make that fit into a new form of art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got the 6 of Swords. And of course, like you can see, you're like, wait a minute, where's the swords?
Yeah.
I don't, but the 6 of Swords represents moving forward, going ahead. And I love is that she's putting her heart. You see the light coming out. It looks like
Yes.
straight out from her heart, giving everything that she has, giving everything that you have out into the universe. Leaving what mentally was there that might have been kind of like that might be what the fear is, that those things in the past, and like for a lot of us, am I good enough, am I this, all of that self-doubt, that self, sometimes I know at one point having self, I hate using the word hatred, but having that that lack of self-love, um anything that was mentally heavy on you. um it could have been environmental, um life experience. It's like at all levels, emotional, mental, everything. In the traditional, it's someone in a boat moving forward and leaving behind. And what I was actually beautiful about this is that you don't see the swords, you don't see the leaving behind. You just see sitting forward and looking towards the future, releasing anything that was in the past that was dark or mentally hanging on you. That's gone, it's out. You're releasing that fear, you're looking forward to the future. And I know that you have also the 2 of Pentacles, a balancing act. I know this is material, stability, materialism, stability. But for me, this is also too grounded in knowledge. The cards, what you like to share with people. Am I having enough time? Am I spending enough time, on personal life? Am I spending enough time for my subscribers? Because Gerald loves to be able to support other readers, bringing them onto the show, doing the tarot the stash way, teaching tarot and sharing that. And so the whole process of letting go, are you going to be able to balance everything? Because, and this is the beautiful card I love at the end, a generous spirit. And that's who he is, that's who you are. And I think some of the fear is that you may not have balancing enough of your time between everything that you need for yourself, because you still want to make sure that you can give to others. And I don't think that needs to be a fear at all. Allow those fears. Sometimes after we release them, they do come back. I know it's like, if they didn't, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having the human experience. Every now and then we relive our fears, our traumas, our self-doubts, and things that, left behind. But now too, just being married, you have this whole new life ahead of you. And that's what you're focused on, that beautiful light too coming from your heart. Your love for I hope you don't mind me, well, everybody knows his name, your love for Jeffrey. How your face does light up. One of the fellow, people in chat said that when, Gerald talks about Jeffrey, his dimples dimple more and his face lights up. And it's true. You can tell that there's that beautiful love and everything. And I'm wondering now if maybe, the concern, having time, being able to balance, his husband, personal life, my studies, being able to give to everybody. But don't have that fear, Gerald. You have that beautiful, generous spirit. We all know it. We all love you. And, whatever that you give to us is enough for us, and it should be.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that was a little long-winded, but I'd like to make sure that I connect everything.
Yeah, and you have to say everything you got to say,
So I hope that was. Oh, maybe I see. Hi, Viviani. Welcome. Time to make. Oh, the fan. Yeah. So I know he's listening. Yes, Viviani. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And remember, please, Avana's link to her channel is in the description below. She does
thank you.
Pick a card every morning. And when I do get around to doing one of those, it's always, nail spot on. So
thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Subscribe to what was that last card again?
Uh-oh. I hope you're not asking me.
Generous spirit.
Yes, beautiful.
Because probably helping, because they were talking about baking earlier and getting ready for tomorrow. Not being afraid to letting go of the fear that what you're doing, you're not going to have enough time balancing everything that you're doing well, you're doing fine. You're doing an excellent job. There's never anything that's going to be able to dull or, and that beautiful, generous spirit that you have. So, oh, you're welcome. And yes, Viviani, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
He says our readings make sense. So perfect. I was like, what was that last card again?
I'm like,
teacher.
I don't know.
I don't know. So, let's see. Okay, we already did Dina. So sorry about the finger in the. I just can't seem to avert this. No, I don't want to put user in timeout. No. One of these days. So the next card's going to be for Hilda. So, card for Hilda. What secret fears prevent Hilda from living her most authentic life? Ooh, I'm getting called to this deck right here. Two of Pentacles is my favorite card. Very cool. Oh, I looked up and she's telling me. So for Miss Hilda. I'm off to finish my reading for my next activity. Okay, bye, Gerald. Thank you for coming. Thank you for letting us read for you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. And you and Jeffrey's first Thanksgiving officially as husband and husband.
Oh, wonderful. That's so nice.
How romantic. Sharon, I like to say it. How romantic. Hilda. And we still have time. You have time for maybe a couple more if anybody wanted a card.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because we have Hilda and then we have Teresa.
Got it. It's fine.
So if anybody would like a card for what secret fears prevent me from living my most authentic life, let Avana and I know. My hours for StreamYard renews tomorrow. So I still have like 4 hours left. So
so you're feeling generous.
Not that I want to keep you here 4 hours.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Could you imagine? Oh
no.
My God.
That would be fine. But anyway, I'm ready. I have some cards.
Okay.
So the first card that I pulled for you is the sacral chakra, which is the number 2. It says the frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. This being the sacral chakra, you have your base, then you go up to your sacral, which is your sacral chakra is for your creativity, and that's exactly what it said. And flowing with life, and yes, stimulating that creative power to manifest success and abundance in our life. That's what I think maybe is what your fear is a little bit right now, is that, do I have the creativity, or what creativity, or where should I go next to create this creativity? Something that I've actually been thinking about lately. Like, I can create whatever I want. Well, what do I want? So I'm thinking maybe, not that, not that everybody I think has this fear, or has this thing, this has this cross their mind at almost probably every day. Just like, well, what do I want to manifest? Where do I want to go? Where is my next step for my creativity? So I would, think about just clearing those chakras, and paying special attention to your sacral chakra, if you do that kind of stuff. And then the next card that I got for you, though, says expect powerful change, which is the new moon eclipse, which I believe we just went through one of those.
We just went through, yeah.
Well, expect powerful change. So as you clear that chakra and you open up your creativity even more, and it could be wide open, but expect more, and expect more powerful change. That's kind of the reading that I got for you with this, is just working on that creativity. And really, we are down here, as I say, we're here to create. It is everything. We are at the cutting edge of creation. We are moving this universe forward because of what we are creating, and we will never stop creating, and you can't get it wrong. So, just keep moving forward and creating, and do it in light and love, and there you go.
Awesome. And right with your chakra, I got the action card, which is also yellows, which is part of, your place of power, creativity, and doing like what she says. Take that action, jump into it. You have the universe. Look at the you're just floating, dancing, your colors. I'm sorry about the candle. I don't really want to touch it because it's one of those burners. So if I go to, let me see if I can turn this around. Maybe there's not such a glare. Oh, that's better. There's that beautiful universal dance, taking all that energy, everything that Avana had said, creativity, those projects, everything that you've been afraid of trying to do, to let it go and just do. And when it comes to creative projects, it doesn't always mean necessarily artistic projects, because I also got a card that I had grabbed the book for, because I don't get this card very often. I got the masculine, the lunar god, and I love he's helping. There's the balance there, the co-creation, and it says, well, if you should pull this card, it's asking you to step into your power, your uniqueness, and you're offering your guidance, and not to be afraid of what others say. The card is about leadership, stepping into your power. And it says here, an affirmation that comes with this card, Hilda. May the positive attributes of the masculine align with me. And so that energy of the masculine, the lunar, the lunar and the solar, having that balance, that extra energy, putting things into action. The groundness, the will, taking that, blending that in with your feminine intuition. If you actually, there we go. You have her and you have him, and then look at the two holding hands moving forward. So when you bring that balance together, release that fear and let it go. Just like the card that we just had for Gerald a little while ago, releasing that fear, the anxiety of what others may think, and even releasing the fear of your own creative power, your creative wisdom, power, wisdom, your knowledge, everything that you want to share, that leadership, whatever it is, not being afraid to sharing what is in inside of you, releasing it. So release the fears. Look at that beautiful butterflies too. Butterflies are about transformation. So they're saying take those two energies, balance them together, and release that fear, transform it like the butterfly, and put that out into the world and share that gift.
Beautiful.
And really quick, I see a face in the chat that I have not seen in ages. Dude, where the hell have you been? It's been forever. Aiden.
Hey, Aiden, how are you?
How are you? Thanks for stopping in. So, Hilda, I hope that resonated with you. And we did get a couple of extras. So we have Teresa Levine next. Then we have Sherry, Lisa Rhodes, Viviani, and I think that'll be they'll take us to about an hour and a half. So I think that's good.
I think that's good too.
Okay. So Teresa, what secret fears prevent me from living my most authentic life? So let me take that off of there. And what cards do I want to use for Teresa? Yeah, let's go with this one here. Everybody getting all ready. People coming in. Oh, Amanda Carroll. Hello, Amanda popped in. Sorry, I didn't see you. Hello. Welcome. I think I said hi to Joan B earlier. Yes, I broke my fan. She was there. And we have Aiden, yes, missing in action. Hope schools and everything's going okay. And Kala Lizzie is here with us. Go eat. Teresa wants us to go easy on her. I didn't realize I'm still in the big screen here, so I'm going to, because you're usually ready first. I like to have my guests always going. So for Teresa.
Okay, I'm ready. So I see I'm in the hot seat, so that's good, not a problem. The first
you're on the big screen.
Yeah. I was gonna fill it up with my energy.
Essence of Avana.
So the first card I got.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead. I know. I feel like I should create a perfume now. This is a great name.
Avana. Essence of Avana. Okay, sorry.
So I pulled the Divine Feminine, and it says the frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. What I'm thinking here is, pardon me?
I love those cards that you're using. Sorry.
Oh, I lucked out on this deck. It's gorgeous. I love what they say in the whole thing. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so when I pulled this card, I was thinking like, okay, Divine Feminine, and your secret fear is maybe actually you are very nurturing and you are very receptive. You're very soft-hearted, and I think your fear is really just like embracing that and really, really living it, because I think our world is a little bit on the harsh side sometimes and a little bit on the masculine side. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think that I also am, I don't want to say guilty, but I also do that where I kind of like act like I'm really tough out there in the world. And really, I'm such a softie. And I just think that maybe your secret fear is really delving in and really deeply embracing your Divine Feminine and the soft side and all that offers for you. And then the other card that I pulled is the end of a tough cycle approaches. It's the full moon in Capricorn card, but the end of a tough cycle approaches. As that tough cycle ends, that may also, if you're in one, if one is ending, I think that may also help you to really be able to embrace your divine femininity and just kind of step back. Sometimes when we go through something hard, I don't know, this is what happens to me. If I'm really worried about something, I don't know if it happens to you too. it's after I get the good news that everything's okay. That's when I get like a splitting headache. Like that's when I I release, and then I get like, oh, I have a terrible headache after everything, after I get the good news, after being worried. So
Yep.
I kind of maybe feel that that's kind of the same way as you get through this cycle that you're in, or if you've already gotten through it, whatever. Now you're really going to maybe have time and the energy and just the time available to step in and say, what do I want to embrace? And I realize I want to embrace my divine feminine, my softer side, and moving forward with that. But then of course, there's a secret fear in doing that, because you don't want to feel like everybody's going to walk all over you either. So you have to define that for yourself as to what that means. And that's the reading that I got for you.
Awesome. And I've been, people discussing where to cut the bird. When I was younger, my dad did cut it at the kitchen table. But nowadays, a lot of people do it in the kitchen. But, we grew up in this very small house, so there wasn't a lot of room. So we brought it to the kitchen table. So interesting little conversations been going in there about, how to cut.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Alrighty, so
while you do your I'll be right back. I'm gonna let my dogs out.
Aw, puppy dogs. Okay, so Teresa, I got the 3 of Pentacles, and this deck is actually, if people hadn't noticed, they take a lot of from fairy tales, and for the Page of Pentacles, we obviously have Frozen. I don't know if this is Elsa, Ella, or whatever her name is, but I absolutely just love the artwork on this card. And the Page of Pentacles is that youthful energy, or that the kind of like the full and new beginning, and Pentacles, starting something new, having that, creating that stability, looking at, that beautiful snowflake is kind of like she's creating and admiring and knowing that what she's creating is so intricate and beautiful that she trusts in her innate power, that she doesn't have to necessarily look straight into it as she's creating it. So that Page, that new energy, you're looking ahead, moving forward, wanting to create all these new different ideas that you have, creating stability, financial abundance, prosperity, a lot of maybe learning how to be more grounded. And I'm feeling more of getting connected with earth, getting connected with creating that sense of stability, that prosperity, wanting to get into the earth, wanting to plant, to grow. Because then the next card I got is the King of Pentacles. And this guy, now this is going back to the 80s, y'all. Now, if he had a white stripe across his face, would this not look like Adam Ant? Remember? You don't drink, you don't smoke. What do you do? You don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Subtle innuendos follow. Must be something inside. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to do my 80s thing. But this is what he looks like. Just put that little white streak across his face. But you got the King of Pentacles. He's there. He's obviously very comfortable with what he has created. There's this castle in the back. He's he's confident. Looks a little cocky too, but he's not too bad looking either. Kind of easy on the eyes.
Our technical term tonight is hubba hubba.
Hubba hubba. So Teresa, don't be afraid. You got a hubba hubba. So I love. It's like they're both. What you're looking at, wanting to create, is already manifested. You already have it in your mind of what you want to do with it. And he's giving you, the card's letting you know that this is my throne. This is what I've created through hard work. You have the gold at his feet, the beautiful flowers and that beautiful sunset and that castle. So all these things, can be yours, but the fear is, and it's interesting because it says what secret fears, and you did get the 8 of Swords. So you are having this fear of, how am I going to create this abundance? How am I going to create this life, this home that I want? girl, I'm going through that the same myself right now. Um, Trying to figure out how to create, that beautiful, perfect snowflake, um, and to be able to maintain it. Or at this point, perhaps you're already in the process of manifesting, but some of those fears from the past of not having enough at some point, or having possibly had a trauma or a loss that might have made you feel like you had to take a few steps back and kind of have to turn the clock, step back and reevaluate things and come full circle again. Um, so the fear, I'm actually here. Let me pull one more card. I feel like I need to pull another card, and that might be where this deck wanted to come into. Um, so let's see. Let me just get one final card, Teresa, to tie these all in together for you. Because the fear is there, the not having the abundance, not having the security, but you have everything that you need right in your hands. You have the power of manifestation. It's right there. You have more than enough to be able to create. And let me just see what one more card can help with that. So let's see. Ancestors. Okay. So I'm getting a feeling that this has to do with the past, possibly how you grew up. It might have been how you saw your ancestors group, your grandparents, your own parents. Um, there's also like kind of like a split through the photo. So I feel like a lot of your fears are still placed in the past with repeating cycles and patterns of family and where they were, and where you may have started to follow a little bit, but life, comes. It's like that clock. It's constantly turning. It may be this one moment. Next time that hand goes around, life could be totally in another different place. You're in a different state of mind. Um, on all levels, even with financially. And I think like with the ancestors mentioned in the beginning, um, when you do get into those fears and you feel like you're going to have lack, or you're afraid that you might fall into something that is going to hold you back from having your dreams, you're having your stability or your security. Remember too, you can call on your ancestors. Like in the beginning when we first started, Dolly always has that beautiful thing where she says in the beginning that she asks before every reading, asks that our ancestors give us their wisdom in our readings to help us through moments like this. So um, tap into your ancestral lineage. And sometimes ancestors doesn't necessarily mean blood family. It could be people that, are soul tribes that may extend further back. But whoever you consider your ancestors, um, reach out to them. Generations of abuse. Okay. That's kind of what I wasn't quite sure. Um, so this could very well be the fear of then repeating those generations of trauma, abuse, um, but you have to let go because those fears are keeping you up. I see that beautiful rose right there. That's you, sweetheart. And those horns, on her. Kind of think of Maleficent, how in the original movie they made her out to, because she was, magical. She was with nature and everything. They made her, out to be, evil. But in the new movies, it showed that those horns were of the earth. It was of being connected to earth, being connected to nature, being strong, being in your place of power, and still having that beautiful rose, that beautiful love that's in your heart. You are not your ancestors. And this could very well also represent reaching out to ancestors that survived that you feel safe to reach out to, but also working on past ancestral lines for healing, for trauma. I know I've been working a lot on that, and there were certain things in my life that I had to end for my ancestral path. things that women did in my family that I look back and said, no, I have to end that line with me. That part ends with me. And it can be done. You're strong. You're powerful. You have love. It's like that king in the beginning for the collective. You have you have the maturity, you have the strength, but you also know how to balance that compassion. You're the king of cups, the queen of cups. You have that emotional maturity. You know what it is like to hurt. You know what it is like to love, and you know how to work with that healing energy and to send it to your ancestors and to yourself too. So perhaps, and I know at Thanksgiving this isn't easy for a lot of us because a lot of us have families that you know that fight. We all don't see on the same thing. We don't agree. There's some that don't. There's some that do, and this can be sometimes a very stressful time. The holidays for us to be around family. So whatever, Teresa, your situation is, to learn how to acknowledge and feel those emotions that are painful, but don't let them dictate. Be like that king of cups, be like the king of pentacles. You're grounded emotionally, you're grounded in security, in safety, and knowing to let that um that abuse, that past history, that's where it stays in the past. And those ancestors that you do feel safe to call upon them to help you through those moments. And if you need to talk, my email is in my description in on my channel, um, because I think it might go a little deeper than what we're reading right now. So if you need someone to talk to, let me know. And of course, confidentiality. So sending you love. We all are, Teresa. Everyone's sending you love. So love and light to you. And send me an email if you need. And I'm just going to mute really quick and take something to drink here.
Okay. I actually pulled some cards for Sherry,
Oh,
so Sherry, it's good to see you. The first card that I got for you is the third eye chakra. Let's see, this is a number 6. It says third eye chakra, which is the frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. Um, I'm gonna say something here, and I don't want you to get too worried about it because this is kind of a progression of the cards. Being that this is like a secret fear, I kind of crossed my mind what secret fears prevent me from living my most authentic life. Maybe you don't feel like you are getting the right messages or clear messages from your third eye chakra. Okay, that, and you may feel like you are. This is also could be more in the past where you were developing those strengths. The next card I got for you is Magic, which is number 31, which is a 4, which is a strong foundation. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. So as you have grown your third eye chakra, and as it continues to grow, it has also grown into this magic that you have embodied, and that you are still. I now the magic part, I think that we are all growing into too, the strength of what we can create and manifest. So kind of a secret fear. It's like, I know I can create things, I know I can manifest things, but there's just this magic about it, and just really having to just believe in that manifestation. And then the last card that I got for you is you are good enough. So, as you're creating You absolutely have the skills. You have the abilities. You have the ability to create the magic and move forward. And yes, you are good enough. And you also, you know that. But I think it was just a nice confirming card at the end there that if you do have any fears or you do have any secret fears, it's like not to worry, wipe them away because you absolutely have the skills and the abilities. And more importantly, I just heard you have the love in your heart as you move forward. And that is really the most important thing that will always carry you. So that's the reading that I got for you.
Wow. I was saying, Sherry, we could just end it right there. She probably nailed everything.
Aww.
Because I got the discernment. There's her third eye, her sight, connecting with her intuition. There's the moon, and there's holding that beautiful energy, and it's right in her heart area as well.
Oh, yes.
Bring the power
Yes.
of the. I mean, it's all right
Perfect.
there.
It's right there.
It
Yes.
says discernment. Maybe your fears that you're not getting the messages correctly. I know that you just recently got back into it after all these years. Knowing that she had the ability as a child. Her relative, her parents, her grandmothers, I'm letting her know, oh, you have the sight just like everybody. And now all these years later, coming back and reopening these gifts again, kind of like it also what I'm doing, but not quite on the level that Sherry is, but learning, trying to figure out, okay, what is spirit? What am I? Am I seeing clearly? Am I hearing clearly? Am I still holding, a plate? I mean, all those concerns, all those fears, I will let those go, Sherry. I got growth. The next one is growth, and I love how she's kind of got the little clock in her hand. Um, Time has passed, and this beautiful growth. I mean, your abilities are developing. They were already there. They just kind of got the extra fertilizer they needed this year. After you got your oracle and your tarot cards and meeting with everybody in chat, you just sprout right up. You grew right up, and then the last card I got is the path, and there's the ladder, and it's leading you up to and again, you could also see this as your third eye. You climbing that stairway and looking up and being able to see, and trusting in what you see and feeling safe in what you see. And so it's all late. And two, also with the eight, when it's reversed, I can't think of the I used to know the name off bats, but it's the infinity symbol, the Lescott or something like that. And so you already have that eight on there too. What? No, you're already up here. Sorry. So you're developing, you're growing. Yeah, and it's all waxing cards. Discernment, waxing, give us one. Waxing, give us three, and waxing, give us six. So you can see you're climbing. You're
Yeah.
waxing
Yeah.
and waxing. You're gaining more and more, and you're developing your ability. So no, stop it. Don't be afraid. That you're not developing fast enough, not quick enough, or as not good, because I know I go through that too. I watch other readers and I'm like, well, I wish I could read like they do. Then I kind of start to doubt. And it's just like, no, we all read differently. We all connect to spirit differently. We are all different on all of our intuitive levels. Some have a stronger connection to spirit where they can hear, they can see. Some more, it's internal, it's intuitive. And where you are right now, you are where you're supposed to be. I mean, that growth card is right there in the middle. So you're flanked by these other two. You're exactly where you need to be at this moment, and not to worry about the time. The time is right now. This is where you're supposed to be. So I'm just going to stop being a broken record and say that you are exactly developing and being where you're supposed to. So, and yes, Sherry does give good readings too. So
Absolutely.
there you go. Make sure you check her out as well. And next read is for Lisa. And were you shuffling already for Lisa?
Yes, I'm actually ready to go with
There you
Lisa.
go.
Lisa, the first card that I got for you is compassion. It says the frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. When I saw this, your secret fear is not that you have compassion. You do have compassion. There's no, I can feel it. I can see that compassion flowing through you. The secret fear that might be in your mind is, can I open up the like the bridge of this where it says that that this unconditional love can flow from source through our heart into the world? Or am I open enough to do that? Am I open? Are my chakras open enough to take that love and that compassion from source and move it through me? And actually, I'm hearing and actually do something beneficial in the world with it. So, a secret you are doing that, but a secret fear is, am I doing enough? Can I, can I do more? How much more can I do? How much can I do more? On what level can I get to as far as being compassionate and making the world a better place? The other card that I pulled for you is a win-win outcome is forecast, the full moon in Libra. So as you continue to grow and continue to work on your chakras and your compassion and your heart and moving all that energy, because it's a ton of energy to have a compassion, have that opening of all that compassion and love flowing through you, not just flowing through you, but then flowing out of you into other people. Again, a win-win outcome is forecast. So as you continue to grow in your path, you will just continue to help more and more people. And I wanted to also say that this is a 15, which adds up to a number 6, this card, which the 6 is the embodiment of the heart. It represents unconditional love and the ability to support, nurture, and heal. It is a powerful force of compassion and empathy, and its warm light is a beacon of hope. So if there's any secret fears that you have, it is, am I helping enough? Can I help enough? How can I help even more? So you don't certainly want to protect yourself while you do that. You don't want to, wipe yourself out, helping everyone. But I know that, and that would just be something inside. But you're doing a great job helping people. So that's the reading that I got.
Oh, lovely. Whoop. Oh, that was a little slow. Okay, I'm just going to make sure we did have Teresa popped in. Hello, Teresa. I know I saw the hugs, so there's the hugs to you. Jules Niner popped in, so say hi to everybody. Whoops, whoa, what am I doing here? Okay, there we go. So, Lisa, I used the Star Rune Oracle, and I got Perthro, excuse me, I'm still learning the proper words for it. Taking a chance. Oh, I'm sorry about the glare. But there's her eyes are up, she's looking ahead, she's in the universe.
Oh, yeah.
She's kind of got like that, like the eye of the tiger, she's got her eyes set, she's not afraid. She has the insight, well, you have the insight, and you have the insight into your own power. Okay, now that knowing that you have that insight into what type of power that you have within yourself, what is linking taking the chance with those, and ended up being, I was told to pull from the bottom of the deck, and I got a hard journey. So it feels like you've been on a very difficult journey, a hard journey, where it may be where you have a hard time trusting that insight, trusting the power that you have within yourself. And now is the time to, when you look back on your life and you see the hard journey that you've been on, that has created a warrior. You're a warrioress. You have the insight, you have the strength, you want to take that chance, whatever, with all the different things that you want to do in life, whatever it may be. And I'm also feeling, insight also you might be wanting to develop, because you were in so many of our groups, and like many of us, that's how we started getting into developing our own abilities, connecting to our intuitive abilities. And just don't let the past, that hard journey, that you've been on through your life deter you from having faith in yourself and being willing to take a chance to go after your goals, your dreams, new projects, anything that it is that you want to do, because you have that personal power and strength inside of you to take on anything. And that's really the message straight out from the cards, is that, because I've been there too, and I struggle. I had a really bad time about 13 years ago where I trusted that intuition, and the person that I trusted did a betrayal. And after that point, it was hard for me to learn how to trust again. And everything that I had learned up to that point, I let go, because of I was afraid to take a chance and trust in my power and in my insight, my intuition. So fast forward from 2009, 2010 up to now, that's taken me 10 years or so. But now that cycle's gone, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking forward, I'm connecting with that personal power, and I'm willing to have that faith that I will make, good choices again. I have, you know, faith in my decisions and what I see and what I feel, and try to use that hard journey as building blocks of that foundation, like what Avana pulled up earlier today with the collective,
Yeah.
building that foundation. Sometimes, unfortunately, all those roadblocks, all those, what are perceived failures or mistakes, those things that we've experienced, end up building, when you put those all together, a foundation for us to jump off of or to build upon. So, and yeah, that's what I thought, because she asked a lot about cards and developing abilities and things. So, yeah, sometimes it can be scary, you know, especially
Absolutely.
when we have others that might be in our inner circle, family and stuff, that don't believe in what we do, and are willing to take a take a knock to you, because they don't believe it. So, I totally get that. And our last card for the evening is Viviani.
Viviani. Okay, I have some cards I pulled for you. The first card that I got is Soul Time. And it says the frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. So, soul time, sitting here, understanding, taking the time to just realize just how divine we are, as far as that we are limitless. We're currently in these physical bodies, but that's our soul is in these physical bodies, but we will transcend these at some point and continue to move forward. So we have the soul time, and then I pulled miracle, which is the frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. So if there's any secret fear, I'm getting the feeling that again, it is just assuming and realizing the power that you have, that we all have, to manifest and create the highest, just the highest vibration of on this earth to move forward. So um so again, going back, I wanted to reread this very quickly, and it says, this soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. So there may be some fear moving forward in this new reality that you are going to be creating for yourself. As you do it, don't forget that you have this miracle card that is supporting your belief in yourself, that you are a part of source. We're all a part of source, and we all have this this strong power, really, of creating what we want, and that anything is possible. So the third card that I pulled was meditate and contemplate. Says new moon in Pisces. So how do we do this, right? How do we move forward and create this whole the miracle that is within us, the creativity that is within us? I have found that I go in going all I have all the answers within myself. Okay, meditating, contemplating. For a long time, oh yeah, I meditate, and I just could not meditate. And I realized I'm saying, oh yeah, I meditate, but I'm not feeling like I'm meditating. And for some reason, this was just for me. And you may be a really great person who does meditation. You do great at it. For me, I finally had to say, I'm just going to take some quiet time for myself. And for some reason, when I changed the wording from meditation to quiet time, it just started to work for me. I was able to really relax and really get into it and like slow my thoughts down. And really, at that point, then picking up the frequencies of these miracles that are out there for me, that are the best for me, that are really inside of me, that I just need to bring to the surface and let them, and manifest those. So those are the cards that I got for you, Viviani. I hope that they resonated.
Well, all these cards, all these readings tonight, all like flow, ebb and flow into one another and with the collective because of that
Yeah,
energy. I love how they all just,
it's
it's personal, it's individualized, but at the same time, it shows how all of us in chat and what we go through in life are all connected and how it's, we're not so different as we think we are in many
we're all
ways.
one.
And it shows, yeah, and it shows
Yeah,
how we're all connected.
yeah.
And Viviani, for you, I got four of pent here. Let me, because there's a little bit of, oop, there we go. Four of Pentacles. Now, like I said, this deck doesn't have the traditional suits on all the cards. So for Four of Pentacles, this is beautiful too because it's, she's in her foundation, and it's, she's got the woods, the earth element, and then sorry about the glare, sweetheart. And then you got the moon here on this side. And what I love about having the moon in that one as well is because I also got the moon card. And with moon, looking over her shoulder, she knows that there are things that may be hidden, but that the light of that moon is going to show for her. And she's sitting in that confidence and that beautiful water too with the elements. So she's all within her elements. The Four of Pentacles being that security, that groundedness, kind of like the Four Wands, where you build, upon a foundation celebration. Here, this is feeling more being grounded within yourself, like that inner sanctuary. She's sitting in her place that is for her. And this, to remember, this is kind of like a gothic kind of like base deck, but that beautiful solitary, her own like inner temple. And she has the window, she can see the moon, which is her divine light, her inspiration. There's the water pouring down at her feet, kind of like, also like sort of like the star card, with tapping into the intuitive. Her feet are just by the water, by the the waterfall, touching into the water. And then she's got the woods, and as you look through the window and you see the it goes out. It's just like there's all that, she's like showing you the work is like, this is all open to you, and you can achieve that when you tap into your intuition and connect with that intuitive feminine light, the goddess energy, the okay, I'm going to say it, the high priestess. So I'm feeling a lot of high priestess energy with you, Viviani, and it is what it wanted to come through. And also too with the moon, because the moon also, like with the high priestess, is like hidden secrets, things unseen. But once the full moon comes out, it shows, the beauty that the darkness can be, and that inner wisdom that we can find going within the dark aspects of ourselves, and not dark nature, but just the darkness of, of our psyche, of our, we, the universe, with the plans is dark, the void. We're in the new moon right now in the void. Things are hidden. We sleep, we rejuvenate in, the darkness. So it's showing that the balance of the light and the dark, and not being afraid to tap into both that dark along with the light. And you have that balance, and that is your sanctuary. And the other card I got from that deck is the Three of Wands. And this is kind of interesting because she's holding a skull in this one. This one's kind of like a little bit of a scary card for me because I'm not really into snakes, but um, what this is saying to me is like, this is also like a priestess energy. You understand the beauty and the importance of death. And with snakes shed their skins. It's like a transmutation. Things are being reborn. There's no third one in there really to speak of. But she could actually represent that third wand, and that she's solid, she's balanced, she has a hold of what it is that she wants, and she, instead of looking out ahead, looking towards the distance, looking for what it is that she's looking at you, instead saying, I already have what I need. I know what's behind me, I know it's coming, I don't have to worry about it not being there. And the fear, I think what comes through is that with all of this in place, not to be afraid of receiving, like for a lot of us, that abundance. I pulled, and again, all that you desire is achievable. So for a lot of us, that fear of not being enough, or not having enough ability, not being connected enough, not having enough personal power, it's all within us. We're all balanced. We all connect to it differently. We all, what's the word? Channel it differently. And for you, just to be in the moment, to feel the moment, and to experience the abundance. They're telling you right here, yes, the moon, that there might be secrets, but you're stable, you're in your place, your sanctuary, your place of power, and you have everything you need and understanding right in your hands. So I hope that helps, Viviani. Thank you everybody for letting us read for you. This was wow.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope everybody did. It was a true honor.
A lot of intense energy and messages coming through than usual.
Yeah, you're right. It was intense energy.
Well, it's the Sagittarius.
You're right.
But yeah, I have a Aries rising and a Pisces moon, so a lot of those others play into our personalities and everything. But
yeah.
But she said, I hope, Viviani, I hope that resonated.
You're welcome.
I don't know if I've really read for you only a few times, so I hope that that resonated. And we're friends on Facebook, so if you want to share any insight, drop me a message on Messenger. I'd be interested to hear if what your impressions were, seeing that I really don't get to read for her very often, so I don't know her well enough to be able to. So but again, yes, Lisa, thank you too.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Love, light, kindness, and safety, especially
please be safe.
With the driving, and people being grateful for what they have one day, and then nearly going and trying to kill each other for sales the next day. Reverse that.
So what's your point, Heather?
So it is to have that balance, to carry that, for a lot of us, when Friday comes around, I know a lot of these major stores are already doing, instead of one full day of Black Friday, they're releasing a day here, a day there, So I think I'm going to take a break for a while from the stores for about 3 or 4 days until at least the initial rush, because we need to keep that boundary, that safety,
Yes.
That kindness to us, for ourselves, has to do with the healthy boundaries that we create.
Absolutely.
But enjoy, everybody, family. And if you're alone, you're not alone. And if you need someone to talk to, we're all here, for you. And again, to Avana, thank you.
Loving community. Yeah.
Yes. No fighting with family about politics. Try not to. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one thing that they know we do not talk about. So yes, and I avoid. Yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Oh, and we love you too. Oh,
I love you too.
We all love each other.
Yeah.
I know I love how people came up with this.
I know, and it's so
does her hugs and hearts.
Hugs and hearts. I love that.
And Avana and I will see everybody on our next full moon in Sagittarius. I'm not sure what day that is, but it's in a couple weeks. So
yeah, we never do check the next date, do we?
I'll a couple days later, I'll be like, oh, is this day okay? Sure. Okay. See you then.
Yep. We're there. I always enjoy this. Thank you, Heather, for having me.
Thank you for being here with me as always. And yes, have a good gobble, everybody.
Yes, a good gobble. I like it that way. Mwah.
Bye.
Namaste.